I see the life that I want for myself, but it feels like every time I get 2 steps closer, I get knocked 10 steps back. And I'm going to tell you exactly why this happens in this video. It's what I call the sneaky frequency. What some people may call the devil, low vibration, negative energy that comes in and tries to test your gangster, okay? So here's how it all works. We all vibrate on a frequency. And the life that you want exists vibrationally. You just have to get in alignment with it mentally, emotionally, and physically. Which means that mentally, you have to know what you want. Spiritually, you have to believe that you deserve and already have it with certainty. And physically, you have to take the action. All 3 of those planes of existence are all happening right now, and it's showing up as the life that you currently have. When you decide that you want better, that you want more, that you want to change, your energy begins to change. And people around you start to feel it. And situations start to happen. And sometimes it all seems like it is going so well. It's going good. And then at some point, it's like the littlest inconveniences happen. Y'all remember when I first started this and my car got towed. I'm parked in my parking spot that I pay for in my apartments, and my car got towed. And I was at my wit's end because I had just got a parking ticket. Something else silly had happened, and I'm just like, God, what is it? What am I missing? What am I not seeing? Because I know I'm asking for something and I know you're trying to give it to me, but okay. And here's the thing. I think that God truly likes when we face like a struggle, when we get frustrated, because it gives him the opportunity to say, okay, now I got your attention. Now you ain't got no other excuse, but to pay attention to me. But when we start changing our frequency, when we start going into our spiritual world, and we start changing things and fixing things and working on ourselves and setting our boundaries and standards, the universe say, oh, the people around you, the other energy around you say, oh, okay, this is what you think we're doing. This how you want to act? You want to switch up on me? Let me put you back in your place. And the sneaky frequency comes to see how bad you really want it. To me, that's how I'm gonna put it. The sneaky frequency comes. The devil comes to see, do you really want this? Because right now I like you where you at. You comfortable in this chaos. Even though it's uncomfortable, this is what we know how to operate. And so things start happening, and it starts to feel like people start switching up on you, changing, getting angry at you. That person that you really thought you liked no longer is paying attention to you anymore. That's to see if you're gonna chase. Your mama start acting crazy. That's to see if you're gonna still let her control your life. You get fired from your job. That's to see if you're gonna still accept the bare minimum. Things are going to happen to you because the universe already has you calibrated on a certain frequency. You can go down, right? But when you go down, you're gonna come back up. But then when you go up, it's still gonna try to knock you back down because you have already been operating at a certain level. I call it sneaky because we think that it's gonna come at us with bullhorns and we gonna be able to spot it from a mile away and and call it out, but it don't work that way. It don't work that way. And I think it's going to be times when you're in your spiritual awakening that you're going to be under attack. If you've ever read the book Outwitting the Devil, I highly recommend reading that book because Napoleon Hill is the creator. He also wrote Think and Grow Rich. And he basically talks to the devil, but spiritually, I think it meant like he tapped into the frequency of the devil. And what we truly have to understand, y'all, this is not to be religion. I ain't trying to convert nobody. I ain't trying to make you believe what I believe. But just to understand truly, this is straight from God. Like, this is an understanding that I have that was given to me. It wasn't something that I did extensive research on. It wasn't something that this is life being lived. And so after reading Outwitting the Devil, you understand that the devil operates through people. He operates through addiction, fear. Fear is the number one thing that's in that book. Also by drifting, by not choosing anything, by just going through life, letting everybody else choose for you. Dependency through the church, everywhere. Because he said, where are you? Where do you exist? And he said, a lot of people think that I am in the afterlife, that I am something that exists at death. No, the devil exists in the negative space and energy in this 3D reality. So let me break that down a little bit further. As being energetic beings, we have a negative and we have a positive. Every atom has a negative and a positive, right? That is the balance of the universe. And I have come to understand that in this 3D reality is where negative energy has access to your manifestations. The devil cannot create anything. The creator of the universe is the only creator of an original thought. And in meditation, you can get a thought that is so pure, right? In prayer or just walking down the street, you get a thought that's so pure and loved, and then it's immediately intercepted by doubt and fear and scarcity. That is what the devil is. That is what the devil does. Enters our minds. It's not some red man with a pitchfork at the end of the life waiting to capture your soul. It is a living entity within your vortex, within your existence, right? And then also knowing that just as much as God is within, so is the devil. And we get to choose which energy that we listen to. So there's this old tale, like Indian tale, where there's like a tale of two wolves. And one of the wolves is happiness, kindness, love, joy. And they're in a battle with another wolf that's anger, fear, aggression, all of these things. And it said at the end, which wolf wins? And it says the one that you feed. So if you're feeding yourself positivity and love and happiness and thinking happy thoughts and embodying emotional state of abundance and wealth and I deserve and I am good enough and I am that girl, that is what you're going to see. Not from a false belief, but from a real, truly spiritual standpoint. But then if you also, on the other hand, think that I'm not good enough for that job, men always treat me bad, I can't trust any friends because they always betray me. Those are core beliefs that you believe that are operating in the negative energy, and you are allowing the devil to come into your mind. But neither one of these things are something that is outside of yourself. Negative energy and positive energy exists within you because you are an energetic being. Okay? And so that means that God and the devil exist within you. And you have the power to operate in either one of those energies as you choose. That is the true definition of unconditional love, that God gave you the option to choose how you want to navigate this world. And we also talk about like the law of separation, that separation does not exist outside of this three-dimensional world. So I am not separate from this cup, from this chair, from this, because it's all energy. I am one with all. And I know that's getting a lot deep if you are not already aligned with this understanding. But if you keep watching and you stick with me and you stay in this frequency with me, I'm gonna break it all down in future videos. But understanding that we are one with everything that has manifested in our world. We are one with God. We are one with the devil. We are one with the universe. We are one. You and I are one. We are just observing one another. Period, point blank. We are observing one another, and we all have the power to choose and to decide. So deciding that there's a heaven or hell in the afterlife, or deciding that the devil comes in and God comes in, takes you out of the driver's seat, takes you out of the creator, of being the creator of your world. But when you understand, I have both. So sometimes when I parent, I get angry. It's not good or bad. It's just I need to learn how to control it. Just how sometimes I have such a big heart and I give away too much. It's not a good or a bad thing. I just need to learn how to control it. Right? So understanding how to control the sneaky frequency and or simply just being aware of it, that it exists, is going to happen. You're going to be under spiritual attack, mental attack, physical attack. How you choose to respond to it, what you choose to give your energy to, is the main thing, is the only thing that matters, because that is the one that you feed. How does the sneaky frequency work? It works through the illusion of this 3D world. It works through the illusion of anything visual, or the way that it could trigger your emotion. How do you know? I watch Abraham Hicks a lot, and she talks about being in the vortex and about being in alignment with your purpose, your highest self, and how you know that you're out of the vortex or out of alignment with your true God self, your true creator mode, is the way that you feel in your heart. One thing I had to learn about this is being able to regulate my nervous system. Nobody tells you this. We just feel like we tend to grow up feeling like anger is bad, being sad is bad, being vulnerable is bad because this person broke our heart or they made us feel invaluable, they made us feel, so I'm going to avoid that emotion. No, you're going to still feel that emotion, and you're going to be triggered by that emotion versus going back to that place, even if it gives you heart palpitations, even if it makes you cry till your eyes can't cry no more, you got to get in control of it. You got to get in the driver's seat of that emotion, because if you don't, it's going to be used against you every single time. And nobody can use it against you unless you give them the power to. And that is the illusion, is that nobody can trigger you. You trigger yourself because you don't have control of the emotion. Learning how to regulate your nervous system means being able to sit with uncomfortable emotions and it being okay. I can sit in anger. I don't have to write this long ass text message to this man expressing how I feel because it don't even matter. I'm not even going to give him that energy, because what I had to come to understand is that since we are energetic beings, the only way to charge up from somebody else, because energy is neither created nor destroyed. So the only way to charge up is to take it from somebody else. So when that person comes in and trigger you, they just getting a hit of your energy and you giving it away. Stop that. Stop that. And that is what the sneaky frequency is. It comes to take away and put you in darkness versus being an energetic light being that makes you shine brighter. So you got to learn how to let the sneaky frequency be, because you can't stop it. You can't control it. But what you can do is not react to it, not give it your energy, just to become neutral. The law of neutrality. Like your world can be crumbling down and be set on fire, and you just sit there like, whew, all right, there's a little smoke in here. Okay, well, all right, God, what you want me to learn about this? Because this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? You cannot be triggered by it. You cannot react and respond from a negative space, because you're feeding that bad wolf. Quote unquote, bad wolf. But like I said, there's no such thing as good or bad, because sometimes you need that bad wolf to protect you, to say, you're not playing with me. But I know I'm in control of that wolf, and that wolf is not in control of me. Now, here is my favorite part about the sneaky frequency, because you think you about to run something over here, you got another thing coming. Okay, one thing that I love about the sneaky frequency, negative energy, the devil, okay, is when I get that feeling of something is trying to hurt me, something is coming for me, something is trying to trigger me. I sit with it, I understand it, but then here's the gag. Here is where it gets chef's kiss. Is that instead of giving that energy away and giving that power away, now you can transmute it and use it for yourself and use it for your good. But you cannot. That's why you cannot react, because once you give it a response, it got what it needed. Once you reply from a place that didn't serve you, that frequency, that energy got what it needed, and it's going to go on to something, and it's going to actually come back again, because now I know I can milk you right there, right? But when you learn, okay, I know that, let's say, I know that every time I go into work, my boss, she going to come stand over my desk, and I'm going to get upset, and I'm going to feel some type of way, and I ain't going to want to be here. But instead of that, I'm going to say, I'm going to address you. Hey, how you doing? You come to my desk often. And, it makes me a little uncomfortable. So I'm just curious, what is it that you're trying? You address it head on. Not from a place of anger, not from a place of worry, not in a place of fear, because people can sense that energetically. From a place of power, from a place of, okay, I see what you're trying to do. Let's transmute and alchemize this into something else that's going to be for my good, where you give me my respect. It could be in a relationship. It could be with money, right? Okay, I know that with money, I tend to spend frivolously. It go out, come faster than it come in. That's a belief. right? Okay, let me stop and let me sit with this. How is the sneaky frequency working with me when it comes to finances? Okay, well, I'm settling for less than I deserve. Okay, what does that mean? It means that I am not putting in the work that I should be. I'm not even exercising my fullest potential in this area of my life. I want to start a business. I want to take a course. I want to do these things, but I keep telling myself that I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Okay, well, let's change that. That's the core belief. I am not ready. I am ready. And move from that. I am ready. I am ready to quit this job. I am ready to take this class. I am ready to start this business. I am ready. And you meditate on I am ready instead of harvesting energy from I am not ready. That is how you begin to take the energy that already exists in you. Like, even if, let's say, you're going through a bad heartbreak and it has you in bed for 2 or 3 days. Okay, after you felt that, baby, it's time to transmute that energy into something else. Okay, my heart ain't gonna be broke forever. Now what is it time to do? It's time to get in the gym and get this booty bigger. Okay? It is time to get back out there and start going out there and dating again. It is time to work on myself and take this time for myself to program my mind and to believe in something else so that I never tolerate this behavior again. That is how you become an alchemist. So I have a course called The Femi Alchemist where I'm going to be teaching these exact strategies on how to recognize the sneaky frequency when it tries to attack, what to do, how to respond, and how to transmute that energy to use it for your own good. The link is down in the description box. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, and I will see y'all in the next video.